Step 2 is defined as niche. What do I mean by niche? Our definition of niche is no price competition. We're in a marketplace where people can clearly see why our product is unique and why it provides the type of incremental value that would justify the associated price. So look at it conversely, if there's nothing that differentiates us in the marketplace, the only remaining thing is price. None of my clients work in a commodity environment. If we're looking for a commodity where we just purely sell on price, then we need to strip everything else out there. People, some of the facilities that we have. My clients are looking to grow businesses on the basis it's clear to see why it's important that you perhaps pay a premium to deal with that level of service. How do we go about doing this? First thing we do is to look at what's neat within the business, and we invite all the individuals within a company to put down where they feel the business is strong. We then apply what we call the so what theory, which really is, what does that mean potentially to the clients? Is that something that's going to make it a better experience for the clients? Once we've done that, we then look to take that to the clients to really verify what we've got. As regards these, we've now moved really effectively from features to benefits to confirm that that's what they see as being beneficial, and also they will typically come up with one or two additional points which are invaluable for us trying to understand the overall value of what we've got, services and products. At the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is what the client thinks. Once we have that basis, we're now in a position to confirm, are we in the right market sectors? Because what we now know is that there's 7 or 8 areas potentially where we are strong, where we can lead. We have a niche, we're differentiating that marketplace. Now we need to make sure we communicate that to the relevant marketplaces. So that's one of the areas we look at in terms of niche. Also, what we're looking to do with niche is we're looking to make sure that we're maximising that profitability. How do we go about doing that? We undertake a process that we put in very early stages with clients, all based around something called the 5 ways. Right, so what is the 5 ways? Okay, this applies to just about any business that's out there on earth today. If we look at the key areas, the key criteria that people judge businesses on, we're typically talking about the number of customers, the amount of revenue that's generated, and ultimately the most important number of the lot, which is the profit at the end of the day. Now, what's interesting about those 3 areas, although those are areas that we refer to on a very regular basis, they're actually the outcome of the actions that we put in place. So, what are the actions that we need to have in place where we're going to achieve more customers, more of the right type of customers, improved revenues, and ever greater profit? Well, let's take them one by one. First of all, in terms of customers, what we're looking to do here is first of all generate interest, leads. We're looking for more leads, more opportunities into the business. If we then multiply that by our conversion rate, how many opportunities actually result in sales, those 2 variables, point 1 and point 2, lead us to the customers that we have today and the customers moving forward. Okay, now we've got customers. To go from customers to revenue, point 3 is how much do they spend with us, so average pound sale value, if you will, and how many times do they buy from us over a period, a month or a year, whatever it may be. So that is the number of transactions. Those are the 2 points that really define the revenues. When we move from revenues, the percentage margin that we make on revenues will ultimately define the profit within the business. So that amounts to 5 ways. Just to summarise, number of leads, conversion rate, average pound value, number of transactions, and profit margin. 5 ways to improve profitable revenues. We work with our clients on the basis that when we're putting different things into the business, undertaking new actions, making investment, we're looking to see, will that contribute to an improvement in any one of those 5 areas? Because what we're looking to do, for example, with a lot of businesses, is to say, can we improve what we've got at the moment by 10%? Because what we know is that if we improve number of leads, conversion rate, average pound value, and number of transactions, if we improve each of those by 10%, our revenues go up 46%. Also, if we're able to improve that margin by 10%, the overall improvement in profitability is 61%. And certainly all our clients are looking to achieve that over a period of time. What we then do is we break down each of those areas. So the first thing that we're going to break down here is number of leads. We have 73 different techniques on how we can improve leads. Top of the tree for me personally, what I've seen with clients over many years, is referrals, word of mouth. Absolutely the best revenue generation technique that we can put in place regarding how we're going to get better and more leads. Typically it'll cost us perhaps nothing. If you have a proactive scheme where we actually reward people referrals, it costs us a small amount of money. But also what we find is that the conversion rate, if I have a referral where I've been recommended by somebody, that referral rate, that conversion rate is always better than it would otherwise be. Also, you'll often find that you'll get exposed to bigger business opportunities through referrals. It's just the absolute best place to start regarding lead generation. Conversion rate. How do we improve our conversion rate? Again, we provide many techniques in this area. One of the things that we do, for example, is we run something called Sales Rich. And through Sales Rich, it's a sales training course, although it relates to just about everybody in an organisation, because ostensibly it's about communication skills, and it's the ability to listen, understand and interpret what the client's needs are. It's the ability to help them go through a buying process as opposed to trying to sell at them. Okay, so those are the first two variables we've looked at. The third one, average sale value. So how do we improve that? Well, if I refer back to McDonald's ran a campaign a number of years ago where they trained all their staff, whatever you were buying, a Big Mac, a cheeseburger, you would be invited, would you like chips with that or would you like fries with that? The increase in business 1 year alone was $1 billion for McDonald's. I'm not guaranteeing that for clients old and new, but it's just such an easy thing to do. We sell a product, are we actually looking to sell maintenance included within that, for example, a 1 year or a 3 year maintenance agreement? We have a range of products associated with the core solution. Are we looking to get those included? So there are many ways that we can increase average sale value. Next one down is number of transactions. How many times do people buy from us? And one of the questions is, when somebody buys from you, do you go to the trouble to say thank you? Do you actually go to the extent of sending out a thank you letter? Do you remind them about the other services that you can offer? Do you keep in touch with customers on a regular basis? Do you give them interesting information, perhaps a newsletter, so that they're aware that you're there? There are many things we can do to improve the number of transactions. So there we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. Takes us down to 46% improvement in revenues. And we've got some slides that we're providing where you'll actually see what that means for a sample business. The final area we look at is that profit margin. Again, many ways that we can focus into some of the cost aspects, better discipline, better understanding of our cost base, all the way through to understanding our pricing mechanism. I find with most of my clients day one that they will typically not be charging enough for their services. Often a lack of confidence, but this is one of the areas where we certainly go to work pretty quickly to find out if we can improve margin almost at the flick of a switch, just by addressing where we are in terms of getting the pricing right. So that's the fifth way. So I've talked about 5 different ways there of improving profitable revenues. And that effectively is just one of the steps within the overall step of niche.